And good evening and welcome to Edinburgh. We're at the southern tip of Texas to bring you exciting USL Championship soccer. Tonight, the Rio Grande Valley Toros lock horns with New Mexico United. Good evening, I'm Mark May with Brian Smith, and we're coming to you from beautiful HEB Park. Kids are having a good time, excited and ready here on ESPN+. Brian, how about telling us about our players to watch here tonight?
We have a couple of all-stars to look at here, beginning with New Mexico United. That is Chris Wehan. He has been on a tear, keeping this offense going for United. 6 goals, 2 assists, 17 shots on target, 28 chances created. If something goes well offensively for New Mexico United, it's usually coming through Chris Wehan. On the other side, for the Rio Grande Valley Toros, look at that gentleman right there. Christian Pinzon has been on an absolute tear the last 5 matches for the Toros, and he'll continue to put himself forward here. Only 7 games played, but he's already got 4 goals. He's got an assist. 87% of his opportunities have been put on net. He has been spectacular, and if there is a flame in the belly of these Toros, it's coming from Christian Pinzon. Let's take a look at your starting lineups in this one, presented in front of you now. Take a look at New Mexico United. In goal, it's going to be Tambakis. They're going with the 4 defenders, Teta, Suai, Ryden, and Uvuka. 4 midfielders as well, Portillo, Azira, Wehan, Moreno, and then the 2 forwards, Itaka and Frater. On the other side, this is what it looks like for the Toros. Not a lot of major changes here. Some familiar faces, quite possibly. You see in goal, Tyler Derrick. He's been on pretty good run the last couple of games for the Toros defensively. 3 defenders with him, Nodarse, Akwe, and Cabezas. The 4 midfielders, or actually 5 midfielders, Ward, Ruiz, Icaza, Torres, and Ricketts. And then those 2 powerful forwards, Feldberg and Pizon. That'll take a look at your keys to the game, presented by Texas Federal Wellness. For the Toros, it's about building off those created chances. It's no story when you look at what the Toros have done here at home. They struggled to really put goals in the net, but on the road, they had a really nice fire their last 5 games. It shows they have the ability to score, but they've got to capitalize when they create good chances in the box. Can they do that here at home? If so, this will be a wonderful turnout for the Toros. On the other side, for New Mexico United, they have to avoid allowing possessions on their defensive end to just kind of stall with the Toros standing over the ball. The more time the Toros have the ball at their feet on their offensive third, the more time they have to pick apart that defense, the harder and harder it will be for New Mexico United to keep them out of the net.
Both teams looking to make a move in the Group West standings. Toros, winners of 2 of their last 3. United coming in, hoping to stop a 2-game slide here tonight. We're just moments away from kickoff. We'll take a break. Be right back with kickoff in a moment. You're watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Join the pack! Your RGVFC Toros are back at HB Park and ready to take on the Las Vegas Lights this Sunday, July 17th at 6:30 p.m. Presented by Science Pharmacy. Arrive early. First 1,000 fans get a free t-shirt by Science Pharmacy. Don't miss out on an action-packed summer with the Toros. Enjoy great food, delicious drinks, and fun with friends and family this season. Get your tickets at rgbfc.com or at the HEB Park box office.
And welcome back to HEB Park. Mark May with Brian Smith, and the Toros coming off a 5-game road trip, Brian. That was had some brutal opponents there, but they held their own, didn't they?
Yeah, across that 5-game stretch, they picked up 8 critical points to help them in the standings. They go 2-1-2, and in fact, as we talked about, outscoring their opponents 11-5 on that road trip. It was an offensive explosion for the Toros. Credit goes a lot to Christian Pinzon in that one. He had 4 of those 11 goals by himself, and that gave some real confidence to this Toros lineup that they're a team that can come out, they can pick up the big points. As we talked about pregame, as we were just going through what's gone on with the Toros this season, they really control their own destiny in the push to the playoffs. They pick up wins, they pick up points. This is a Toros team that is on the verge of making another playoff appearance.
So the Toros with some good momentum in the last 5 games on the road. I'm sure hoping some of it can translate to some success here at home.
Especially against a team like New Mexico United, who they've already played twice this year. They know them very well. They've got the lineups lined out. Now the question is, have they made the adjustments to be able to have a level of success against New Mexico United that did not see earlier in the year?
Yeah, and they've struggled at home as of late, haven't they?
They certainly have. This is a Toros team that plays everyone really well. They're not being blown out, but what they're not able to do is get over that hump. A significant number of draws, a number of 1-0 losses when their defense played all 90 minutes, but it was just one slight slip of the goal that allowed the opponent to slip away. So the Toros would like to find themselves on the other side of those outcomes moving forward, picking up some big victories, especially as they start to face teams that are into that slump mid-season where they're allowing some points to go away.
All right, yeah, they don't want to continue to drop points with draws. They need to pick up the full 3. That's what they're hoping for tonight. New Mexico United, same thing. A win for them could lift them over Sacramento Republic for 4th spot in Group West right now. Currently, New Mexico United sitting in 5th. Top 7 go into the playoffs. Only one team in the West has clinched a playoff spot as yet, and that's front-running San Antonio FC. And over in the East, you've got 5 teams already have booked their postseason appearance. We're underway now. New Mexico United with a pass over to the right side. This goes out. That was almost controlled there by Tabort Preston. And Preston losing control a little bit as it was knocked away by the defender, Akeem Ward. And this will be a corner kick.
And take a look at this long pass. New Mexico United is not wasting any time to get active and get out there, see if they can make something happen before that Toros defense gets into position.
Yeah, New Mexico United has been in a slump as of late, coming in on a 2-game slide and has only won once in their last 7 appearances, 1-5 with 1 draw coming into tonight. Still have 42 points, and as we said, holding on to 5th place in the West. But looking to at least make a move up the standings if they can and pick up momentum going into the playoffs, which start in October. Here's the kick by Portillo, headed over the goal, and Tyler Derrick in goal for the Toros. A little bit upset at how wide open the captain, Kalen Ryden, was there, although his header went way over the bar. Derrick with 5 clean sheets, picking up a nice win on midweek Wednesday. That was a 2-0 win for the Toros at El Paso Locomotive. Big win for them. And Ricky Ruiz drawing the foul here, and this will be a free kick for the Toros on New Mexico's end of the field.
See a good look right here. Yukaza pushing forward. He's just trying to slip that through. Ricky Ruiz gets his feet taken right out from under him there by Ryden.
So underway, live action here. Here's Akwe. Akwe has a couple of goals from his defensive spot this season. Passes it off to the right side. That's Fjellberg. Fjellberg was with the Toros last year, helped them on their playoff run in September. Began this year with Indy 11, but is now back in a Toros uniform again. Toros reverse things to the left side of the pitch. New Mexico United with some pressure, able to win the ball back. They'll send it back to their keeper. That's Alexandros Tambakis. It's from Greece. This is his 24th appearance this season for Tambakis, 6'3", 190 pounds. A lot of experience, has 55 saves and 5 clean sheets, same number that Derek has in the opponent's goal. Mexico United a little discombobulated here. Fjellberg with some pressure. They almost gave that away. Now finally able to clear, and the Norwegian coming in there was almost Johnny on the spot there for the Toros. The Toros playing for the second time in 4 days after playing in El Paso on Wednesday night. New Mexico's been off for a while. They've been off 8 days. In fact, they've been off so long that both teams' last opponent was the same team, the El Paso Locomotive. New Mexico losing to El Paso back 8 days ago. It was on a Friday. That was a 2-1 loss. And then, as we mentioned, midweek, the Toros winning at El Paso by a 2-0 score. Pinzon found the goal, and also Frank Lopez found a goal. Frank Lopez, still the leading goal scorer for these Toros this season, has 6 in all competitions, 5 in USL play. He's on the bench tonight. We might see him in the second half. Isidro Martinez, who's also on the bench tonight, assisted on both goals for El Paso, and Derek, of course, 3 saves in getting his 5th clean sheet. Toros with control here at midfield. Juan David Cabezas controlling. Cabezas not wearing the captain's armband tonight. It's usually him we've seen in most games. Wearing it tonight is number 10, Jose Torres at midfield. Here it goes to Akwe. Akwe out of Ghana, just 25 years old. Up to midfield. Ruiz was trying to gain control, but dispossessed by New Mexico United. And back they come on the attack. Akwe, nice to knock that one down. Would have been a pass into the box and maybe a possible chance there, but Akwe knocking it down and sending it into touch, where it's last touched by New Mexico United. So this will be a Toros throw in here in minute number 6.
We're seeing a lot of pressure on both sides. Neither one of these teams is standing back and allowing the opponent's offense to really get started. They are stepping up and challenging every single attack.
Quick throw in by Icaza. Maybe a little too quick. Throw in had to be further back, that's why. So throw in by Ricketts there. And New Mexico again able to dispossess Ruiz before he's able to get turned. Goes all the way back to Tambakis now in the New Mexico United net. Toros coming in playing pretty well over their last 5 games, all those on the road. But as we mentioned, they're still looking to get uncorked a little bit after some midseason slump there back in July. In fact, their last goal here at home at HEB Park came in June 18th against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. It was a 1-0 victory. And here we have the offside flag go up, and this will be a free kick now for the Toros.
Yeah, that 5-game road swing, they went 2-1-2, as we mentioned. That's 8 huge points for the Toros. They needed that because they were starting to drop quite heavily down the standings. It's amazing what a shot in the arm 8 points can do for you, though, because the Toros now find themselves on the cusp of one of those top 7 positions. But as we said, they can't continue to give up points as they were doing here at home earlier in the year. It's 3 points, and 3 points put you in a good spot.
A pass into the box. It's centered. A chance here in front. A shot and a goal for New Mexico United. That's Armando Moreno from El Salvador, who scores for New Mexico United, puts them up early here in the 8th minute.
And that was a spectacular, technically sound attack for New Mexico United. They come up the far side, look for a cross into the middle. The Toros over-pursue by just the slightest margin. It leaves a bouncing ball loose in the box. Tyler Derrick had gone on the ground looking to protect something in that far corner, and all Moreno had to do was just pick it up and chip it in.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, look at Wehan right here. Just slips that through. A couple of Toros go to ground to try to cover that. And in the process, all Moreno has to do is just stand up, and he's got a wide open look at net. You over pursue, as you see it there for the Toros, and you leave some pretty wide open net to attack from.
Yeah, Wehan with the assist there, his 3rd assist this year. And for Moreno, his first goal of the season. The blonde locks there and puts New Mexico United up early, 1-0 here at HEB Park.
That puts a lot of pressure back over on the Toros now. They need to strike. This has been a really strong defensive performance by the Toros on the year. You don't see a lot of early goals given up. They tend to start these matches very, very strong. You see Mexico United, from the very first kick, they were attacking that box, coming out quickly, trying to strike. And finally, they are able to put one through. Now the Toros carry the weight of trying to find the equalizer.
Well, New Mexico United, I'm sure their confidence had to be waning a little bit with their form in the last 7 matches. And I think that's partly why, as we see, it looks like Moreno may have gotten clipped in the face there a little bit. Play continuing. But United coming out strong, and that's a huge confidence booster for them to get that first goal. Yeah, Moreno appears to be okay now. There's no stoppage. Play continues. Toros on the move.
You mentioned the slide that New Mexico United had taken over their last 7 matches. Only 1 win across that stretch. 1 win, 1 tie. They go 1-5-1, picking up just 4 points across 7 matches. As you mentioned, last time out, came up just short against the El Paso Locomotive, but that should shoot some confidence into them to see them strike quickly here against a defensively sound Toros side.
And here's a chance for the Toros trying to win the ball in the attacking third. Fjellberg with it, and then it goes to Cabezas, who sends it over to the left. And chance here for Rio Grande Valley on the edge of the box. Send it back to Aquay, now at the foot of Toros. He's going to send it into the box, but it's headed out by the defense. Toros still with a chance here. This is going to be a free kick here for Rio Grande Valley.
That foul will go against Teta, as he was right on the hip of Ruiz. Ruiz established position and then turned, and as he does, their feet get tied up. Ruiz goes down, and that draws the foul.
Ruiz very good at drawing fouls, drawing free kicks for his team, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's just how speedy and crafty he is. He has phenomenal instincts. He can get to a spot, establish position, and then when the defender tries to line up with him side by side, he's in a spot that all he has to do is turn, and he tends to draw a tremendous amount of contact with that speed. Because of that, the Toros have really taken advantage of a couple nice opportunities.
A lot of Toros at the top of the box. Looks like Fjellberg will be taking the free kick. Sends it into the box, headed out by the defense. Toros trying to regroup here and make something happen with this opportunity. Ball headed down toward Ricketts. And Ricketts knocked down from behind, and the free kick will be awarded.
Looks like this foul will go against Preston. Tabor Preston, again, trying to apply a lot of pressure to Ricketts. Ricketts beat him to the corner, and as he tries to turn right here, that's a very, very solid hip check, a well-earned foul. Now, Preston will try to make the argument, well, it's incidental contact. We're both going after the ball, but slow that down a little bit, and you really get to see he takes Ricketts off of his feet there. That's a clean, clean foul.
Yeah, Preston from Cameroon. How old he is? He's 24 years old. Looks like Fjellberg's going to take this free kick on the other side now against a 2-man wall. And back is coming off his line just a little bit. Wants to be in position to possibly punch it. It's going to be taken by a different Toro on net, but knocked away by the defense that was ready for that. That was Toros who ended up taking it. Wins a corner kick out of it.
It'll be the first corner of the evening. And this is not what you wanted if you're Mexico United. You see the Toros getting to spend a lot of time in the defensive third. You're seeing that being headed out quite quickly there by Azira. If you're Mexico United, you didn't want to have the Toros just standing over the ball in this third. That's exactly what the Toros have done over the last couple of minutes now, is they're standing over the ball, they're getting opportunities, and see if they can put one through.
But Fjellberg take the corner kick, first of the game for Rio Grande Valley, an in-swinger. Defense gets a piece of it. That was Saue, the French defender. And this kick goes well over the bar by Ricketts.
So a couple good looks there for Rio Grande Valley. Drew a couple fouls, allow them to get established, settle down, and look for clean crosses. Give a credit to this New Mexico United defense. They stood strong. They were physical. Now they get a chance to clear this out of the way on the goal kick.
Yeah, Ricketts out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, 24 years old. And Tambacas to put it back in play now. New Mexico United up 1-0 on the strength of Moreno's goal. Wehan with the assist on that. This will be a free throw in now for New Mexico United. New Mexico United, you mentioned that these two teams familiar with each other. They faced each other twice already back in July, didn't they?
Yeah, twice in the span of 3 days, July the 6th and the 9th. That was a little bit of a quirk in the schedule. It's because of some weather delays. They should have played back on June 22nd, but some inclement weather in Albuquerque made it really impossible to get the field ready for what was supposed to be the home opener for New Mexico United. So because of that, they had to push it back. They were able to play on the 6th. That was 2 straight performances. Toros come away with a draw and a loss out there at Isotopes Park.
Here's Fjellberg. It's the ball just in the inside of the area, but has it kicked away from him. Unable to generate a shot. Cabezas keeps it in play, pushes it forward to Toros. Toros will give it over to Ward, who has some space on the left wing. And a shot blocked in front. Good block there by Teta. He's out of Ghana. Ward trying to regain control against Wehan now. Goes out of play. It'll be a Toros throw-in. 15 minutes in here at HEB Park. 1-0 New Mexico United in front. Third meeting between these two teams this year. Oh, and here's a long pass for Ikaza. A shot and a goal. It's onside, and the Toros have evened things up at 1 here in the 16th minute of play. What a shot by Ikaza.
And what a beautiful feed. You see, this is exactly what New Mexico United did not want to do. When you allow the Toros just to stand over the ball and continue to pick at that back line defense, they're going to find slips through. And look at this. Akeem just stands up tall. Akwe is able to take that, send it forward. And Ikaza stays onside and then breaks through. He's one-on-one and just has to put a little bit of a boot to it. That's a beautiful drop by Akwe. He placed it beautifully. And Ikaza very definitely just turns that foot, and we are knotted at 1.
And for Ikaza, his 5th goal of the season puts him at a tie for the team lead in terms of USL Championship goals. Frank Lopez has 6 in all competitions, 5 in USL Championship, but Ikaza, who was with Austin Bold last year and came to the Toros late last season, helped him on that playoff charge, has a tremendous goal here to even things up at 1. And we're just getting started here in the first half of play. That ended a long scoreless drought for the Toros too, didn't it? Going back to June.
Yeah, they were in plus of 340 minutes since they had scored at home. You can feel just a big sigh of relief as that offense that had done so well on the road has carried over to a big goal here at home. The equalizer, and it shifts the pressure back over to New Mexico United to try to find a way to break through.
Yeah, they had 3 straight games where they weren't able to score. 3 home games, that is, back in July. And one at the end of June against El Paso Locomotive. A couple of those were 0-0 draws, so they were still able to pick up points thanks to their defensive play. But still, a little bit of offense. They could have had the full 3 points back then. They're glad to be able to put that behind them now. We're tied at 1 here early on here at HEB Park. Free kick here for New Mexico United. Looks like this will be Wehan to take it. No, that's Portillo. Justin Portillo, the midfielder, will be taking this free kick.
And a really nice spot if you are United.
They curl this one in. Derek comes out. Couldn't quite get a touch on it, but it goes over everybody, and it's out for a goal kick.
If you're taking a free kick, that's one of the best spots to take because you have a nice wide look at the net. You're far enough back that your angle is not too tight. You can have a couple guys crash. You can have someone play shallow. It gives you a lot more opportunities from that perspective. You saw United just try to chip that over and make something happen, but Tyler Derrick comes out and makes sure nobody can get around it, and it just slips out peacefully.
Derrick, 33 years old, out of Houston. Spent time with Houston Dynamo at one point. Having a terrific year this year. We've got a free kick now awarded again to New Mexico United.
Don't forget to pick up your tickets for the RGVFC.
Frank Nodarce there out of Havana, Cuba.
Half of the raffle. Look for our 50-50 rack.
A couple of goals for the Toros this season.
There's a New Mexico player down. He had his, looks like he stepped on the ball. They were trying to say that Nodarce tripped him up, but on the replay here, he might have caught a little bit of the back of that leg. And that's what allows Nodarce to come away with the ball. So it looks like they're going to hand this back to New Mexico United, and they're going to get a free opportunity here, a little further in than their last free kick.
Second foul called on the Toros. Kevon Frater was the one who drew the foul. This will be Portillo to take this kick again. Last one he swung wide. This a little bit different angle. There's Portillo. Put this in toward the net. A header, and it goes wide. Able to get ahead on there, and I think a Toro player touched it last. May have glanced off a Toro defender. It's going to be a corner kick now.
It looked like Ryden put a really nice head on that. Didn't quite see which Toro was on his hip, but the Toro also seemed to get a double deflection here. We'll take another look. That one's left up. There's Ryden. Yeah, I think he actually bounces that off the back of Cabezas and out. So last touch by a Toro.
Yeah, you're right. I think Ryden didn't quite get the touch on it, but it was Cabezas who got inside position there and able to knock it into safety. So second corner here of the game for New Mexico United. Went to the near post. Still a chance here for United. And sent into safety there by Nodarce.
Nice defensive stand there by Nodarce. He's got Suai trying to turn the corner and look for something to cross, and Nodarce just steps in and pokes that one away before they can get established for a corner.
Beto will throw this in. Asking for some help from his teammates. And New Mexico United will play it all the way back to midfield to regroup the offensive attack here. Tied at 1 mid-first half here at HEB Park. Little back heel there was intended for Frater. Toros able to gain possession there thanks to Cabezas. Frater scoring the lone goal for New Mexico United their last time out. It's a little over a week ago against New Mexico United, against El Paso. Icaza slides it inside, chance from the top of the box, and a shot, and it's a goal by the Toros. They've scored again, and guess who? Christian Pinzon, his 5th goal in the last 5 games.
You cannot allow these Toros to just be passing the ball around in the box. You see it here again, the defense for New Mexico United, a little lackadaisical getting back. The ball's bouncing around, and Christian Pinzon says, well, if you're not going to come out and mark me, watch what I can do with this left foot. Pulls it to the left, gives himself some space, and look at the precision. 2-1 Toros.
Wow. Yeah, shifted that to his left foot and was just as lethal with the left. And now has 5 goals in 5 games. Pinzon has just been red hot for these Toros. And score now 2-1 in favor of the Toros. They were down 1-0 and now up 2-1. A lot of excitement here at HEB Park, and we're not even halfway through the first half. Toros putting on some pressure here after the kickoff. Fjellberg with it. Wasn't able to turn toward the nets. Shifts it back to Ricketts. Now Cabezas. Cabezas dispossessed by Frater. And New Mexico United on the attack. Moreno sends it forward. And the Toros intercept. I believe that was Nodarce able to intercept that one. And we've got a Toro down.
That's Cabezas, and he looks like he's in some pain. He had his feet taken out from under him right as he tried to shift that ball left to a teammate. Another look at the replay here. Here's Cabezas. You see, he moves left. He tries to send that away and gets his foot just kind of tangled up there with the defender for New Mexico United.
That was
Frater. Yeah, and as he goes down, he immediately grabs that leg. Lots of contact there and just gets kind of tied up a little bit. Looks like it was actually his plant leg. The outside leg is the one that gives him trouble.
I see Ikaza kneeling down there next to his teammate. I believe that was Ikaza who got the assist on Pinzon's goal a moment ago. Ikaza scored the first goal and picks up an assist. Juan David Cabezas from Colombia, 31 years old, one of the veteran mainstays on this team. I think he's going to come off briefly. Oh, look how soaked his jersey is already. It's a bit humid out there this evening.
It was a toasty one in deep South Texas today. 96 degrees was the temperature kickoff. Got up to as high as 103 earlier in the afternoon.
Toros, last time they got 2 goals at home, that was back on May 28th. It's actually a 3-2 loss to San Antonio FC that evening. It's been a while since they've had 2 at home. It'd been a while since they had 1. We talked about that. They snapped that streak here early on and now have 2 up on the board midway through the first half. Akeem Ward to throw this in. Ward out of Vienna, Virginia, just 26 years old. This ball played all the way back to Derek. Derek sends it forward, but it's intercepted by New Mexico United. A chance for them. Here's Moreno. Scored their early goal. Passes off to the right side. Frater there, and now we've got a whistle. You're going to say offside.
I think that's the right decision if you're New Mexico United. You want to try to feed someone in space, but you got to keep an eye on Frater. Frater has to know where that backline defender is. And see, right there, he takes one step forward. He finds himself offside. He's got to be cognizant of where the defenders are and make sure he keeps himself inside of that. There was plenty of space to operate from, but he's got to stay onside.
Yeah, Akwe played him into an offside position there. That stymied New Mexico's attack. Moreno once more forced to play this back. Fjellberg putting on pressure. And Fjellberg wins the ball into the area now. Kicked away from him by Ryden. And now it's at Ikaza's foot. Played back. Cabezas, who's back on the pitch now. Toros 11 men strong. Here's Ward into the area. Ward retreats out and will send it over to Toros. Toros wearing the captain's armband here tonight. Former U.S. men's national team player. And he'll play it back. And with all this pressure from New Mexico United, they have to play it all the way back to Derek, who had to quickly get rid of it. Now Ricketts trying to get turned against the defender, Ovoka. Cabezas now. Fjellberg, one touch to Ikaza, who has some space. Off to the left side, into the area. That's Hernandez, and a nice save there by the New Mexico United goalkeeper, Tambakis. That was Pinzon with the shot.
And you see, he loves to move to his left. He gets the defense moving right. That soft touch with the right foot directs back to his left. And Tambakis has to go full extension to make sure he punches his away. Look how quickly he can bring a strike, and that was placed beautifully. But Tambakis reads it even better, punches it out. Another corner coming now for the Toros.
Tambakis had to go to full stretch, and he stands 6'3". Just able to clear that one out. Must be Jose Torres from Longview, Texas, to take the corner. Be an Ruiz tried a shot that was blocked in front, and Derek will come all the way out nearly to midfield to play this one back. So the Toros restart the attack. Into the area it goes. Darce tried to head that one on net. He collided with Sué. Sué, the 27-year-old French defender.
Look at this placement. That's placed really well, but Sué is able to get himself inside of the attack. I know Darce is just trying to turn to put a head on that. Has no space to operate because Sué was right there and had inside position.
Darce may have even felt that should have been a corner kick. So it looks like he's okay. The fans in Zona Naranja, a lot to cheer about here early on. A couple of goals from the Toros. And they're excited. You see even the Chucky hanging there in the net is a Toros fan.
Wants to make sure he's got a good view of what's happening with this offense because it is playing really well. It says it's child's play out there. The Toros are scoring.
Indeed. So Tambakis puts it back in play. We're in the 30th minute now. 3 goals we've seen already. Mexico scoring first, Toros the last couple of goals. And here's a shot by Wehan, goes way over. This will be a goal kick. Tyler Derrick urging on his defenders. There we see Wehan from Orange, California, 28 years old. This taken down by Ruiz. Ruiz trying to get turned. And finds Toros now. And a chance here for the Toros with some space to work with. Here's Ward, sends it into the area. And the keeper comes out to punch that one. Still not out of trouble yet. And gaining control right there was, looked like Seymour, able to clear it upfield a little bit here for New Mexico United. Now United on the attack. Pass into the middle intended for a Freighter. Getting mixed up with Akwe. Akwe able to get turned. Nice move there to split 2 defenders. Back to Cabezas.
It looks like Akwe was even having his jersey held and somehow just rips himself free from the defender. Try to get that attack restarted for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, he realized that, absolutely no way can I give up the ball here. Right here, it'd be a point-blank shot for Raider. Able to push through that. Ryden, the captain, will square it for his teammate, Sué. Sué send that one forward. And the Toros attempted the slide there to intercept. Not quite. That was Toros who touched it last. That'll be New Mexico United's throw in. So far, Toros out shooting New Mexico United 4-2. And of course, leading 2-1. Darce chips that one forward. The Toros able to clear it momentarily. And now the Toros win a free kick at midfield. That's Ruiz again. Just so good at being able to win free kicks for his club.
He just has tremendous instincts of where the ball's going to be. Again, here, this one's put in the air. He gets to the spot, establishes position, and forces Suai to play through his body to get to it. You're going to draw a lot of fouls doing that. The referee can see that Ruiz got to position first, established position, and when you do that, you'll get a lot of calls.
Toros sends this one forward. Igaza with a little back heel intended for Fjellberg was cleared out by New Mexico. Fjellberg held up a hand to say a nice idea there. Igaza, a very creative player from St. Petersburg, Florida. Only 24 years old. Nice little one-touch there intended for Pinzon. Unable to get control of it before it went out of play. Pinzon playing only his 8th game as a Toro. Has 5 goals in that span, including tonight. from Bellflower, California. And he's been that offensive spark they needed. I know for most of the season, Coach Wilmer Cabrera has been looking for someone. Looked like Frank Lopez early on, but Pinzon seems to be that man.
You think about Frank Lopez is still trying to work his way back from injury. When you can bring Lopez and Pinzon out there and have them play significant amounts of time together, that is a tremendous 1-2 punch.
And we might see that in the second half. Frank Lopez, who scored a goal Wednesday against El Paso, on the bench here tonight. 34th minute now, and there's Akwe with it. Attacking on the right side. He'll find Ricketts. Ricketts trying to turn that corner against Moreno. Sends it through. I think it was Ruiz tried to get the header. He was able to get a glancing blow on it. Another opportunity here. Gaza's there, but cleared away from him. Now Fjellberg with the header. Ruiz trying to get turned, finds Cabezas. He'll chip it back into the box. Goes out of play. This will be a goal kick.
Toros still continuing to challenge. You see Fjellberg giving the thumbs up there, saying that was placed well. I like how this attack is being built. And the Toros doing exactly what they have to do. They are just heaping that pressure up on New Mexico United, forcing them to make mistakes. And twice, when United has coughed something up in the box, the Toros have benefited by putting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, Fjellberg, only 23 years old, has 4 goals on 24 shots. And includes some of his time with Indy 11 this season. Here's Ruiz with it for the Toros. 10 minutes left here in half number 1. 2-1, Toros in front. Just at the end of August, the Toros scored a season-high 5 goals. That was in a 5-0 demolition over Las Vegas Lights. That's back on the 27th. There's Akwe with it. Had some space to work with. They'll send it over to Ward.
In fact, the Toros scored in every match on that road swing. Had the 5-goal performance there against Las Vegas, 2 goals against San Antonio FC. They had a goal against Sacramento Republic, 2 goals. Last time out against El Paso, they had a goal against Phoenix Rising. This has been an offense that has been on the rise, and it's just continuing to put up goals at every opportunity.
Yeah, including tonight, they're averaging over 2 goals a game over their last 6 outings. 13 goals over their last 6 games, and this game not even finished yet. A pass into the box, knocked away by Ryden. Here's Ricketts fighting for it. Ricketts able to almost won control, tried to slip it to Fjellberg. It was intercepted. New Mexico able to clear it up to Moreno. Got a Toro down now, and the official blows his whistle. It's Icaza.
Look at that. The 50-50 raffle is now up to $550.
He may have taken a hard shot on the shin.
Pulling that shin protector aside and taking a look at what's going on with his leg. You know, to look at what happens here. Oh, he gets stepped on. That's exactly what happens. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. Probably checking to see if a cleat slipped under that shin protector.
You know, with his legs kind of to the side, so yeah, I don't think the shin guard was able to fully protect him there. Probably caught part of his calf.
Looked like that was Ovuka that steps on him. I don't think that was intentional. He's reaching out to try to get to that ball as it was cleared, and as his foot comes down, it's just firmly right on that right leg of Icaza.
We see Coach Wilmer Cabrera in his 3rd year as head coach of the Toros, former coach over at CF Montreal and MLS as well. So we take another look.
Coming to the ball, Icaza able to kind of boot it away. Yeah, and then as Avuka's leg comes down after that contact, he's just squarely right on that shin and lower leg of Icaza.
And Icaza lucky not to get a fractured ankle or something in that as well. That sometimes a result from those kinds of plays. New Mexico United with control here, 38th minute. There was no foul on that play, by the way. Played back to Ryden, the team captain. New Mexico United had a win and a draw in the two meetings back in July. This is the first time the two teams have met here in Edinburgh, Texas. The Toros unbeaten against New Mexico United here at HEB Park with 2 wins and a draw. Trying to keep that streak alive. And New Mexico United with a chance to leapfrog Sacramento Republic for 4th spot in Group West if they can get a win tonight. Sacramento is playing later this evening, however, out on the West Coast. And for the Toros, the teams in front of them, LA Galaxy, Monterey Bay, and Las Vegas, all 3 of those teams are in action tonight later on out west. But the Toros entering tonight in the more precarious position. They entered in 10th position in the West. Only the top 7 make the playoffs. They started tonight 4 points out of that 7th spot, which currently held by the Las Vegas Lights. Here's Ryden with it for New Mexico United.
Worth mentioning, as the season winds down, the conclusion of this one, Toros only have 6 matches left in the regular season. Thus, the vast importance of needing to get as many points as possible out of those 6 to begin to claw your way back up the standing once again. They come in 10th, top 7 will make the playoffs. They've got some work to do.
And it's good that the Toros have found their mojo here back at home, because 5 of their final 7 matches, including this one, are here at HEB Park. Chance here for New Mexico United. Sitters, and it's sent over the box. I think Akeem Ward able to get a touch on that to save a shot that Preston nearly got to. It's a nice center by Ovoka. This is going to wind up as a corner kick.
And look at this nice job. Ovoka does a nice opportunity of pushing forward, using that left foot to cross something in. And had O'Connor Ward not gotten there, that's in a really, really nice spot for Preston to come up and try to drive.
We'll have Portillo to take the corner kick. This is the 3rd of the game for New Mexico United. Outswinger. Ruiz able to get his head on that first. Ruiz only 5'7", but he was able to extend up and head that one well clear. Ruiz, 25, from Lake Elsinore, California. Played in USL League One last year in Chattanooga, Tennessee. As the ball cleared out by Nadarse. Nadarse has 1 goal in USL Championship action and also added a goal in the US Open Cup play before Toros were eliminated. And here's Ricketts now with it here in the 41st minute. Long pass intended for Fieldberg, intercepted by Ryden. Played back into safety to Tumbakas. Ryden has came in with 34 interceptions this season, 2nd on the team. Talking about the U.S. Open Cup, bit of congratulations to Sacramento Republic. They advanced to the final of the U.S. Open Cup, losing to MLS side Orlando City in the final. They had a great run and a great showing for the USL Championship. Here's Nadarse fighting with Preston for it. It's going to go out of play. Preston will have the throw in. About 3 minutes and stoppage remaining here in half number 1. Moreno scoring for United tonight. Icaza and Pinzon have found the net for the Toros. Another throw in here for New Mexico United, trying to get the equalizer before they head to the locker room. Ward able to head that one out. That'd be another throw in here for United. Throw in by Teta. Player out of Ghana, and they get it over to Moreno now. Shot blocked in front and stolen by Icaza. Good job on him to stuff Moreno, who was right there at the top of the box trying to look for goal number 2. United winning the ball back. That's Portillo playing it back to his teammate, Sue. And now riding with it. Turning is Azira. Azira out of Uganda. Didn't see anything options forward, so he plays it back. United being coy here with this possession. Trying to set something up. Gilberg applying pressure there, and the pass goes all the way back to Tambakis in the net for United. Ricketts forced to play it back to his keeper. A little bit of pressure on Derek there. Had to hurry his clearance. And chance here for United with some space to work with. That pass cleared away, I believe, by Toros. Intended for Moreno. Sue with it. And his pass intercepted there. Now Cabezas. Cabezas telling the players to come up forward a little bit. Ricketts looking for options, finds Cabezas running. They a little give and go there. Tried to slip it to Ikaza in open space, but couldn't quite get it there, and it's going to be a throw in now for United. United coming in with 11 wins, 8 losses, and 9 draws. They have 5th place in the Group West. Toros 9-12 with 6 draws. There's 5 spots lower. First 2 meetings this season between these two ended up with a win and for United and then a draw. Toros hoping for a win here at HEB Park tonight. Should be their first one since June 18th when they beat Pittsburgh 1-0. Here's Ikaza shaken up for the second time, and for the second time clipped in almost the same spot. The lower right leg. Going to be 3 minutes of stoppage added here in the first half. Ikaza in a lot of pain there on the pitch. See it again here. Looks like that might have been Portillo that tripped him up. Another angle, and you see Ikaza taking a hard fall. Probably already very tender on that right leg. And got clipped there by Portillo. Ikaza with a goal and an assist tonight. It's helped the Toros to a 2-1 lead. Toros have a free kick here at midfield. That one headed into safety by Sue. And Teta with it. Sue clears it for New Mexico United. Got about 2 minutes left here before they head to the locker room. Last year, the Toros making the playoffs, pulling off a first-round upset, went out in the second round. New Mexico United finished 5th in their division, just barely missing out. They're looking to right that ship this season, and right now at 5th place in Group West, but they don't want to slip any further. And as we mentioned, they've had only 1 win their last 7 matches coming into tonight. Here's Portillo, sends this one ahead. Weehan over to Frater. Frater trying to slide between 2 defenders is dispossessed, but there's going to be a free kick awarded here in a dangerous spot with about 1 minute of stoppage remaining. So a good chance here now for New Mexico United to find that equalizer.
And you don't get much closer to being in the box than that. About a ball's width from being in the box. And remember, had that foul happened Another 2 feet further up, and that's a penalty kick. Happens just there on the cusp. That's a great spot if you're looking for an equalizer and you're New Mexico United.
I think that was Ricketts from behind trying to push that ball forward. He's the first one to argue, but I think it was his foul there. And yeah, very close here, about 19 yards out. Looks like Wehan might be taking it Portillo off to the right. We've got a 5-man wall there for the Toros. They've also got Ikaza laying down. He's not tired or anything. He's just trying to block a shot. And there's a nice one right there on net, and Derek is in position for the save. But boy, that ball dipping down sharply. But Derek was ready for it.
May do it for the first half.
And it does. So Wehan with the dangerous opportunity at the end. Tyler Derrick rising to that occasion to spear that one down for his first save. 2-1 at the break between the Rio Grande Valley Toros and New Mexico United. Coming up here at halftime, we're going to be taking a look around the USL. We'll also have some first half highlights and stats for you. All that coming up at halftime here at HEB Park. Right now our score 2-1 Toros, and this is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself getting this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. See your vision clearly, get there decisively. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
It's halftime here at HEB Park. 2-1 our score in favor of the Toros. And time now for our halftime report, Brian.
Just wrapping up week number 26. Here's a look at your week 26 USL recap.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
It was a phenomenal week in week 26 across the USL. How good was it? Well, look at your USL week 26 team of the week, filled with a slew of strong performances. The one that really stands out, though, take a look at Indy 11 forward Stefano Pinho. He is your championship player of the week after recording both goals as the Indy 11 defeated Louisville City 2-1. The Brazilian veteran currently leads Indy 11 with 9 goals on the season. Congratulations to him, as well as all of those other premier performers across the USL in week 26. We mentioned it early in the first half, but worth mentioning again, the Lamar Hunt Cup, U.S. Open Cup, just concluded, and what a strong performance USL saw from Sacramento Republic FC. A pair of late goals by Orlando City was able to push them ahead of USL Championship team Sacramento FC, who had the hopes of being the first lower division side to claim the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup in over a century. The Lions pulled away for that late 3-0 victory before a sellout crowd in Exploria Stadium over in Orlando this past Wednesday night. But a great showing for the USL and for Sacramento Republic in what was a strong U.S. Cup, and a shining example of what's made the USL continue to be such a strong conference for soccer. Also, let's take a look at the other games across the USL on the evening. Earlier today, Charleston defeated the Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-1. Hartford picked up the 3-2 victory over Tulsa. Indy 11 continued their push. They get a 4-3 win over Birmingham. Final time draw there, Pittsburgh and Loudoun go 0-0. You know what's going on right now between Rio Grande Valley and New Mexico United. Also at the half, San Antonio has the 1-0 lead over San Diego Loyal. In the 25th minute, Colorado has the lead over Detroit. A couple of games left to happen. The kickoff later on this evening. Las Vegas is at Monterey Bay. Orange County is at Los Angeles. Sacramento has Loudoun, and Phoenix will be at Oakland.
And I was looking at Pinho had a goal again today for Indy 11. Just continues on that hot streak as they had that 4-3 win. How about the schedules for these teams, starting with New Mexico United? And what have they got coming up?
They are going to be on the road quite a bit. Conclusion of this one, on the 17th, they'll be at San Antonio FC. Then they're going to get a pretty significant break, almost 2 weeks, before they head out to Las Vegas to face the Las Vegas Lights. They'll be home against the LA Galaxy to open up the month of October, then go back on the road to face San Diego Loyal before coming home toward the end of this season to face Colorado Springs FC.
And they've got 4 of 5 on the road starting with tonight.
Different story for the Toros. They're going to be back home quite a bit. You see, 17th, they'll be hosting Colorado Springs. They'll hit the road to face the Charleston Battery, home against Louisville City. Then they're going to hit the road for Memphis 901 before coming home again to Phoenix Rising. Final game of the season comes just after that. They will host Monterey Bay on the 15th, and that's the end of the regular season.
Yeah, and Louisville City, the top team in Group B, so that's one of the top teams in the league right there. And let's take a look at the standings now in Group West. We talked about New Mexico in 5th, and then Rio Grande Valley in 10th.
Yeah, think about this. Rio Grande Valley, if they can get 3 points, that bumps them to 36. They would be tied with LA Galaxy 2, who does have the tiebreaker for 8th place, but they're just 1 point outside of that final playoff spot in 37. And with a strong performance, they could find themselves moving up the standings as high as 4th or 5th over the next week.
Yeah, and Las Vegas is at home tonight against Monterey Bay. So that's definitely a game that both of these teams, or certainly the Toros, will be watching. LA Galaxy is at Orange County tonight. And then, of course, for New Mexico, they're interested in how Sacramento does. Sacramento is at home tonight against Loudoun United from the East. So a lot of things happening, not much time left, about a month left in the season, a month plus. We're going to take another break, be back with some highlights and some stats in just a moment. It's the Toros 2, United 1 here at HEB Park. This is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow. Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly.
My goodness.
I could see myself eating this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
And we're back here at HEB Park. Time for some first half highlights, Brian.
Yeah, if you see, it's going to be all about the Toros' ability to continue to apply pressure. It's very early on. You see Wehan with this nice pass. It leads Moreno to the first goal of the game. And you looked like that may have been the kind of thing that would take the wind out of the sails for these Toros offensively. But that was not the case. Coming back the other way, Akwe puts a beautiful dime right on Ikaza. And look at how smooth the Toros strike for the equalizer. Ikaza, just a gentle touch. Gets that right past Tambakis. Just a few moments later, the Toros would strike again. Bouncing ball in the box. Christian Pinzon resets to his left. And then take a look at this strike like a laser right into the corner. Both goals for the Toros in the exact same spot. Perhaps they see something in the way Tambakis moves to open that up. And then Pinzon continuing to fire on the net here. Very late, right before halftime. It's a pretty good strike for Wehan on the free kick. But Tyler Derrick picks it up. We go to half. Rio Grande Valley with the 2-1 lead. And your stats tell a very interesting story. The Toros have hung around 50% possession on the season. That's where they are now, 53% to 47 for United. But look what's going on with shots. New Mexico United is actually out shooting Rio Grande Valley 5-4, but the Toros are much more accurate. 3 of their 4 have been on goal, 2 of those finding the back of the net.
Yeah, and we saw it took a terrific save by Tambakis to save a 3rd goal. Otherwise, the Toros might be 2 up at this point. And we see offside, just 2 against United, none on the Toros, and then 1 yellow card issued to United there in that first half. But I think in one of the other stats, corner kicks 3-2 in favor of United, and then fouls. So there were 6 on United and 4 on the Toros.
In a stat you don't see there, but one that kind of jumps out on the stat sheet, when you look at passes in the final third, or quite possibly passes when you are deep in the attack, the Toros have had 53. On the other side, New Mexico United's only had 33. So when the Toros have been on parade, they have really been doing a nice job of passing that ball around in the box, and it's allowed to some pretty good opportunities. The Toros have had 10 touches in the box compared to only 4 by New Mexico United, and that's a very important stat to keep an eye on when you're Rio Grande Valley, because as you're continuing to apply pressure and get those touches in the box, good things will happen, as you see with a 2-1 lead.
What do you think the Toros might do in the second half? Do they substitute more for defense and let's protect the lead, or do we try to let's reinforce the offense and try for even more?
I mean, I think if you're Rio Grande Valley, you don't change what's working for you early on. Keep that pressure up, keep applying pressure. Now, when you get into the 80th, 85th minute, when you're still nursing that 1-0 lead, you might start substituting for defense to protect what you've got, but at this point, keep those bulls running, keep the Toros moving, apply that pressure, because it's worked so well. You've had New Mexico United on their back heels for much of that first half. Keep it up. You may end up with a 3-goal lead at the rate you're going.
And we're underway now in the second half. New Mexico United kicking it deep toward the Toros' end. Toros, the captain, winning the ball here for Rio Grande Valley in the blue and white. United in the black and gold. Ball get knocked out of play. And for United tonight, I know they're missing their top goal scorer, Neko Brett, with 7 goals this season, not in action.
That may have an impact on what United is trying to do with their attack. When you're missing your leading scorer, you may be a little more deliberate with what you're doing with the ball. You want to make sure you're creating the right set piece for some of your other scoring opportunities, and that may cause you to not be quite as wide open on the attack. You're not really sending that through ball with the same veracity you might have previously had, and that can have a major effect on your ability to get in the attack the way you want to.
And we have seen Moreno step up a bit. He has a goal. Frater has had some opportunities and coming off a goal in his last outing. And Preston also has pressed toward the net. So one of those 3 men or some combination thereof will have to step up tonight if United is going to come back in this one and get any kind of result out of it. Just underway in the second half as Ryden, the New Mexico captain, passes it up, and then Moreno's pass, kind of a misconnection there with his teammate, and this will be a turnover to Rio Grande Valley.
But to your point also, Mark, remember Chris Wehan has 6 goals on the year and could have very easily had a 7th had Tyler Derrick not read that ball so well on the free kick right before half. So plenty of scoring ability on this New Mexico United team. It's can they find the right opportunity against the Toros team that has just been really ramping up the pressure.
And we see Ikaza knocked to the ground. And I think a foul being awarded here. Ikaza had jumped up thinking there was no free kick being awarded after he appeared to be fouled. Ikaza's he's taking his lumps here tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on the rough end of a couple pretty hard collisions. And as he sprinted back up, you see him kind of look at the official and say, well, we kept possession, so why do you just let us play on? You see right here, Ikaza gets knocked down, but the Toros still have the ball. It goes to Pinzon, and they actually found some room and space. By the time that whistle is blown, the Toros are actually attacking from that far side.
It shows the mindset of the team, not wanting to sit back passively and wait for any kind of whistle to help them out, but to create their own chances. Bjelberg dispossessed near the corner flag. New Mexico United has it back now. New Mexico United scoring early on in the game, back in the 8th minute, taking the 1-0 lead. And then by the 22nd minute, the Toros had gone in front 2-1. Pace seemed to slow down a little bit after that, although we did see Pinzon with a terrific shot, forcing a equally terrific save from Tambakis. That kept the scoreline where it is. Mexico United with a free kick here. It's been light as far as fouls go, only 12 combined here in the game so far, early second half.
That's a terrific through ball for New Mexico United right there.
Little touch to Moreno, trying to get turned. And now pass over to the right side. Here's a chance. That's Preston shooting wide.
That's a great build-up for New Mexico United. The through ball puts him in a good spot. Moreno has it. He can pull back in toward the middle. It forces the Toros to move back a little bit, take some pressure off. That's what a nice through ball can do. It forces the defense to go ahead and come back and play some strong defense, as the Toros have been full throttle on offense.
Ruiz dispossessed, and they get it to Preston's foot now. Preston trying to send it through, and the ball bounces wide once again. Akwe was there, and I think Akwe, last one to touch, is going to be a corner kick now for New Mexico United. This will be their 4th of the game. And it looks like Portillo will be the one to come and take it.
A little different look from New Mexico United to open the second half. They've become the aggressor for the moment. And that was a really good back-to-back opportunity, building something toward the box.
There's Portillo's attempt. And Derrick comes out for this one, all the way out to the edge of his 6-yard box and able to pull that one down.
Yeah, don't say Tyler Derrick's not tough. He's willing to go in there and stick his nose right in the mix of it. And remember, a lot of times the keeper takes a pretty good lick when they try to come out because they're coming in, they're focused on the ball, and there are bodies all around them swinging and hitting.
Anytime a keeper does that, yeah, you're right. He has to either keep his eye on the ball and can't really see where the attackers are exactly. Has to use the peripheral vision. Also has to expose his ribs when he reaches up like that. So Derrick aggressively going out for that one, and it paid off. Stymied the attack of New Mexico United. Preston trying to get around Toros. Toros able to win the ball. You know, you mentioned New Mexico United coming out a little more aggressive. You know, they were at 47% on possession. They've been around 52% for the year. So I think they wanted to pick up the pace there a little bit, control the ball a little bit more.
And you recall the key coming in was they could not allow Rio Grande Valley to just possess the ball in the final third and just stand with it.
And here's an opportunity here, a shot from distance. Derek goes to full stretch after the shot by Devin Sandoval goes wide. Sandoval, 6'1", almost 200 pounds. He's a hometown boy from Albuquerque. They were able to take it away from Toros and generate an opportunity from distance. 8 shots now here for New Mexico United, with 3 of them here early on in this first 6 minutes. One headed down and taken over by Ovoca. Ovoca sends it into space, but Akwe will be there first for the Toros. Toros playing the first of their final 5 home matches, 5 of their final 7 here at HEB Park. Hoping to pick up enough points like they did last year with a end of the season run that got them into the playoffs on the last week of the season. There's Gaza knocked down from behind once more, and he's taken several shots to his lower extremities this evening. It's a free kick for the Toros. And it's Ward with it. Ward will send it back to Nadarse. Nadarse, the lanky Cuban, plays it back to Derek. Derek trying to reverse the attack for the Toros. You know, the goalkeeper, we always think of him as the last line of defense, but he's also the first man in every offensive attack. Trying to get something going by sending it up to the opposite end. Here's Toros now, able to turn. Find himself some time here, now has a lot of space to work with and a good opportunity for the Toros. Fjellberg overlapping from the left side into the area. Lost his balance, Ruiz. Ruiz couldn't quite get the shot off. Kind of trickled off his foot, and Tambakis able to smother it. The first real scoring opportunity for the Toros in this second half. Here they win the ball back. Nadarse intercepting, playing it to Ikaza. Now back to Nadarse. They're going to wind it back to Akwe now. Toros trying to stretch out that New Mexico United defense a little bit. They create some seams. Now Fjellberg, 23 years old, out of Norway, has some space, finds Pinzon, has to touch it over to Ruiz. Now work it over to the right. A lot of poise being shown here by the Toros on the offensive attack here. Taking their time, not trying to force it. Ward's going to push up from his defender spot. Cut off and finds Ikaza, the midfielder. Darce trying to get there before Sandoval. He does. Toros just playing keep away at this moment. Toros playing in the back line. No options forward. He'll send it back to Derek in the Toros goal. Derek has played most of the games this year for the Toros after Colin Miller, the other keeper, got hurt early on. And here's a pass into the box, goes off the defender, and this will be a corner kick here for Rio Grande Valley.
And Pinzon pushing the pace for Rio Grande Valley. The Toros running, and just trying to get back into their offensive third. It had been all New Mexico State New Mexico United the last couple of minutes, just continuing to push and apply pressure. You love to see that for Rio Grande Valley. Get that pressure release, move into that corner, allow Pinzon to get out and run. And when Pinzon is out there doing it, it's going to put a lot more pressure back on New Mexico. And you see, Torres is going to have a pretty good opportunity here on the corner.
A little early for Halloween. We've got the IT logo, looks like, behind Torres. 55th minute now 56th, 2-1, Toros in front. Here comes the corner from Torres. Played by Ruiz into the box, and Sue able to clear that out for New Mexico United. Ward plays it back to his keeper. The USL power rankings tonight, the Toros came in ranked 14th in the league. That was before their midweek victory over El Paso Locomotive, so they might be moving up, especially if they can hold on for the win tonight. New Mexico United came in at number 16, where they've been for 2 straight weeks. We're going to see our first sub of the game now here in minute 56.
Looks like Daniel Bruce is going to come in. He will replace Preston de Bortaca. But Bruce is going to get a nice opportunity here to come in and put a shot in the arm. His 3 assists has been a nice way of getting the offense started for New Mexico United. Also coming in is going to be Sergio Rivas. So Rivas will replace Moreno. Rivas does have 2 goals on the year. He's the 5'11" midfielder out of Mexico. Looks like 2 substitutions now for New Mexico United as they're trying to get a punch into the arm of that offense and see if they can find an equalizer here with a couple of fresh legs in the 57th minute.
Yeah, 2 midfielders coming in, Bruce and Englishman. I'm sure, no doubt, he's been impacted by the news of the passing of the British monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, for 70 years on the British throne. Passed away this week. And we've seen flags at half-staff all across the country as a result of that. And here's New Mexico United on the attack. Akwe plays it away from the intended man, Sergio Rivas, who just came onto the pitch.
And Toro down, Christian Pinzon crumble as that ball kept sliding past him. Needs a minute to compose himself.
Feeling some pain there. Pinzon with his 5th goal earlier tonight has 17 shots, 11 on net. Really high percentage there. Here's a chance here for New Mexico, and Derek has to dive for that one, not taking any chances as it goes just wide.
Whatever this New Mexico United side talked about during halftime, it is absolutely working. They have an entirely different look here in the second half, and they're getting some really good chances.
Sandoval got that last shot. That's 2 shots he's had here early in the second half. Both have been wide, but forcing Derek to make a move each time. Akwe with it here. Had a man coming in, so had to simply head it forward. Got it to his Casa. Now the Toros continue on the attack here, and a chance here. This is Ricketts. Sends it into the box, and it's intercepted by Tim Backus. I think he might have actually been trying to cross that, but it ends up going toward the net. Tim Backus ready for it. And Ricketts there has had a good showing tonight. 1 goal this season from his defender spot, but is often active in the attack. Ball played back by Daniel Bruce. Just came on. And United will restart their attack. Darce chipping that one into safety, and it'll be a throw in here for the visitors. Throw in by Bruce. Bruce with a chance here, trying to get around the Ward. And the Ward fiercely bumping off Wehan. Ball goes out. This will be a goal kick here for the Toros. 60th minute now. Had 3 goals in the first 22 minutes tonight. And that's where we stand. 2-1, Toros in front. Derek has just 1 save tonight, but several close calls. That'd be a good new stat for a keeper, wouldn't it? Close calls. There's so many times you come out and you break something up before it materializes into something real dangerous. I don't really give you credit for that.
Call it the Coca. You already have the chances created.
Yeah.
Close calls.
The opportunity down the right wing. Ball played to Sandoval's foot. He trips over Nadarse. And it's going to be a free kick here for United.
Little campaigning by New Mexico United with the official. They were looking for more than just a foul. That was placed pretty well. Sandoval moves to his left. I don't think Nadarse was trying to trip him. He just established his defensive spot. Sandoval had already cleared the ball away and turned, and there he was.
Yeah, Nadarse was late on his challenge, and I think that's what they were arguing about. You see Nadarse now, right there, the tallest defender in blue. Good opportunity here. This would be Portillo. He takes most of the free kicks for this United team. United with a lot of attackers up front. This ball headed clear by the Toros. United denied the chance at an equalizer here in minute 62. They'll get it in open space. Here's Ward with it. Ward facing pressure from Bruce, will quickly get rid of it, trying to hit Gilberg. Gilberg was kind of coming closer, and Teta made a smart move, let the ball go through, and was able to win it. United being methodical in their attack now. As they bring the ball forward, this Teta again. He'll center it. That's Wehan with it. And now Sandoval. Sandoval able to get turned. He tried to send it forward for Wehan. Unable to get it to him though. And it's sent all the way back, and they'll have to start again. The Toros kind of, with their possession tonight, over 50%, was kind of belying some of their winning form as of late. When they've been below 40% in possession this year, they have 3 wins and a draw. They've never lost with that. At 50%, when they're below 50%, they're 5-2-2. But above 50%, which is where they were at half, 4 wins and 10 losses, and with 4 draws.
It just speaks to the style that Coach Wilmer Cabrera has kind of shifted to on this season for the Toros. Is they don't really spend a lot of time standing over the ball. They like to get out and run, make things happen, be dynamic. You may recall for the Toros last season, they had a lot of success by just picking opponents apart, really standing over the ball, taking their time, trying to execute. This new roster with a lot of really young, dynamic strikers have found a lot of success by just going out and running.
Yeah, a good example was Wednesday night in that 2-0 win over El Paso Locomotive. Their possession time was only 37% in that game. They made the most of it with the 2 goals and even held on for the shutout. Here's Icaza on the attack for the Toros. Now Pinzon with it. Pinzon looking for some space. Shifted over to Cabezas, but Bruce upends him. And Bruce with it. Now Bruce gets upended by Torres. Back come the Toros. Into the box, and intercepted there by New Mexico's Ryden. Now Sandoval. 2 markers on him. And I believe he took the ball out of bounds, so this will be a throw in now for the Toros.
Dancing on a tightrope down that far side. We're going to look at it right here. As Bruce tries to come out, he's going to try to send that wide. That is a spectacular tackle by Torres. Comes in and clears that away.
Yeah, that was textbook there. Then we see Ruiz knocked down. And that led to Ryden's interception. Here's Nadarse. 6'2", 163 pounds, out of Havana, Cuba. Pass taken over. Here's Sandoval with some space. Aquay not closing the distance. And Sandoval able to pass it off to the right side. Now goes back up top. Quick passing here. Wehan over to Rivas now. Rivas against O'Connor. Back to Wehan, no, rather Portillo. Portillo with it. Now here's Rivas looking to center the ball. Maybe waiting for more help as he gets it to Portillo. Portillo marked by Cabezas. And now they find Rivas with some space. He'll chip it forward, and Derek comes out to collect that one ahead of the charging Wehan. Good anticipation there by Derek. I think Wehan shouted some encouragement to his teammates on like that was the right idea. Almost there.
Yeah, the buildup was really nice for New Mexico United. Just could not find that finish in the final third.
You know, I was impressed there by Rivas not wanting to necessarily pull the trigger to send that ball through the area. Wanted to wait for the right opportunity, and he did. Toros dispossessed by Sandoval now. Sandoval's been a real spark for this United team in the second half. And there we see Rivas limping just a little bit. 24-year-old midfielder. Has 2 goals this season. We're going to see another sub now.
Indeed we will. New Mexico United is going to check Will Seymour in. They'll give a rest to Michael Azita. Azita's done a nice job in the midfield for New Mexico United on the evening. Some more fresh legs in the midfield now for New Mexico. 6'1", 179 out of Colorado Springs.
30 years old. Physical player, leads the team in bookings with 9 this season. There's 3 more than the next closest player. Overall, New Mexico United kind of on the low end as far as fouls go in the USL Championship. In fact, as a team, they only have 1 red card all year. Here's Rivas. Rivas pass it off to Teta, and a quick pass all the way through the area. Nobody there. Now a chance. This is Moreno here, moving in closer, and he's knocked off the ball. Toros able to clear that one into safety. Now to Ruiz in the open field. They have a 2-on-1 here. That's Fieldberg on the other side. There's Fieldberg now with the ball, shot, and a score! Toros in front 3-1, and Fieldberg with his 5th goal of the year.
That's why you've got to keep the pedal down. You see right there, pressing. Rio Grande Valley challenging every single one of the passes. And that time, New Mexico United just got too far forward. They forgot that they've got to stay back defensively. Nice job by both Ruiz and Fieldberg of staying onside. And then by the time New Mexico United gets back to try to challenge, it's a 2-on-1 race. Fieldberg just a beautiful job of forcing Tambakis to protect that left side and then just tucking it to the right.
Fieldberg with a lot of poise there, just waited for the ball, waited for his spot. Tambakis guessing to the right or reacting to the right as Fieldberg shot to the keeper's left and just simply buried it into that corner. Now substitute here for, I believe this is the Toros making the sub.
Looks like Jose Toros will come out. Frank Lopez, leading scorer for Rio Grande Valley, will check in.
There we see Fieldberg. Played with the Toros last year. Started with Indy 11 this year and has now 5 goals this season as we see Toros, who wore the captain's armband tonight, coming off the pitch.
The captain for the Toros now will be Cabezas, who has had that captain's armband several times throughout the season. And there's a good look at Frank Lopez, leading scorer for Rio Grande Valley. He comes in with 27 minutes left to play. Has a big moment to step forward in now. His team up 3-1.
This will be the 21st appearance for Lopez. Leads the team in shots and in shots on target. Has 5 goals in USL Championship action, which puts him in a tie with Icaza for the team lead. Has 6 goals overall as he had 1 in U.S. Open Cup play. Ruiz, by the way, with his 6th assist, that puts him in a tie with Isidro Martinez for the team lead. Martinez picking up 2 assists on Wednesday night in that 2-0 win over El Paso Locomotive. Haven't seen Martinez come in yet, but we might see him before it's over. 70th minute now, and the Toros up 3-1. And Brian, we were just talking about how the Toros have been effective this year when they don't have the ball and just looking for their moments. And that last goal, a perfect example, wasn't it?
You're exactly right, Mark. That was a dispossession on defense, allow your defense to feed your offense. Mexico United had been standing over the ball for most of the second half, but it just took one misplay, one hiccup, and the Toros were off racing. And that entire attack took no more than about 10 seconds, but they were in the back of the net.
Yeah, and produced a 2-1 advantage. Sue was the only defender back there for about the last 50 yards. But New Mexico United, with their attack buildup, kind of got caught where the whole team was upfield. when they lost possession. Here's Ikaza right now. Ikaza with a goal and an assist tonight. Sends it back. Now it's at Ward's foot. Ward from Virginia will find Fjellberg. Fjellberg, the goal scorer from a moment ago. Ball goes out of play with the pressure defense there, and the Toros, or is it New Mexico United's throw? No, it's going to be Toro throw in. And another substitution now. It's a hot night, a lot of humidity, and both teams making liberal substitutions here in the second half.
So Mexico United is going to bring in
21, that's Romario Williams.
Mario Williams, the midfielder, is going to come in. And again, you're seeing Mexico United doing a lot of work to bring midfielders in. So they clearly want to try to control the ball. They want to get possession and try to make possession-level moves. And that's why you bring in midfielders.
Oh, and here's a nice through ball from Fjellberg. That's to Lopez. Just came onto the pitch. And his first shot just barely off target. And Lopez, he's one of those players that makes things happen when he's out there. He's also, like his teammate Nadarce from Cuba.
Here's another stat that bodes well for the Toros. This will be the third time they've reached at least 3 goals in a match. Anytime they've scored 3 or more goals, they've won.
All right, you know, and the 3 goals, that matches the most given up by a New Mexico team this season. The last time they gave up that many, well, it's only been one other time. That was back on August 6th against Miami FC. And Miami, a team that can really light it up in the USL Championship. I think they had 7 goals the other night. A 7-1 win. And this might be a booking here as we see the official fumbling with his pocket. And it is. Yellow card being issued to New Mexico United.
I believe that's going to be on Moreno. And it's not for the contact that led to Ricketts hitting the ground. It's for that secondary contact. You see, this is going to be cleared away already. And as it's cleared away, take a look at what comes on. It's that extra touch after it. Give that to Ovuka. Because once the ball has been cleared away, Ovuka takes an unnecessary shot and just kind of checks Ricketts out of the way. No need for that. The ball's already been cleared. You're not challenging the ball. You're just playing that body.
Ovuka from the Congo, 6 foot, 172 pounds, 22 years old. There we see Ricketts. Ricketts starting tonight, still looks in fine form. Gone the whole 73 minutes here as Derek plays this free kick up forward. And the Toros with a chance here. Here it is at the foot of Lopez. A shot or maybe a cross over to Fjellberg. Had a little bit of both and had a little bit too much pace. And Fjellberg not able to get to it in time, but Lopez already making some things happen here in less than 5 minutes out on the pitch.
A substitution now for the Toros. Isidro Martinez will come in. He's going to replace Jonas Fjellberg. Fjellberg, who had the 3rd goal on the game for the Toros, got the start. He'll get a round of applause from the home fans after that strong performance. And now, perhaps, one of the most dangerous passers on this Toro team, and Isidro Martinez, comes in to keep that offense flowing.
Yeah, Martinez, kind of a hometown boy, grew up just 60 miles from Edinburgh in nearby Brownsville at the southern tip of Texas against the Gulf of Mexico. Played his college ball in Edinburgh, in fact, at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Spent last season with New Mexico United.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a lot of connections here, doesn't he? As a United player last year, was with the Toros right the year before that. Now he's in his 2nd stint with Rio Grande Valley. Ball played back to Tambakis, who clears it well upfield. Nice little header there, trying to get it to Sandoval. Sandoval able to turn, finds the foot of Bruce, but there's a whistle, and there's going to be a free kick against, or free kick for the Toros.
You see Sandoval just a little too aggressive. That ball was headed in the air, and you can challenge the body when you're both going for it. But what Sandoval does is he actually takes a forearm and just pushes Akwe out of the way before the ball even gets there. Take a look right here. See, he checks Akwe off the ball before the ball's even there. Easy call to make for the official. You've got to wait for there to be contact with the ball. You can't clear space in advance of that ball receipt.
And Sandoval is a big player, 6'1", 190 pounds. We mentioned from Albuquerque. And Akwe will play this free kick. That's 10 fouls on New Mexico United in this game, 6 on the Toros. And here's now number 11 on United as Lopez is upended. Official will check him out. We're down to the final 15 minutes now. Toros have generally outscored their opposition in the final 15 minutes this season, 12-9. It's 21 goals total. We do see some fireworks as the games come down to the end.
So look at the scramble there. Bruce and Seymour just trapping Frank Lopez, and then he just has no place to put his feet as his legs drug out from under him on the sweep. You see Bruce arguing, where's the foul? But he can't see what happens with Seymour. Seymour actually takes the legs out from under Lopez.
Gaza standing over the ball. A long way from the net, about 45 yards. So chip it into the box. It's Lopez there trying to get turned. And then Bruce kicks it away for a corner kick.
Tambaka's trying to argue that that may have been pinballed back off of Lopez. The official looks and just points to the corner.
To be the fourth corner here for the Toros. We see Lopez fighting some position in front of the United net. Tambakis toward the back of his net. And here's an in-swinger here, punched out by Tambakis and cleared out by Portillo. Portillo out of New Orleans, 29 years old. And this ball works its way all the way back to Derek now. Luck becoming a factor now. We're in the final 15 minutes and United down 2 goals. Only the second time this season they've given up 3. Their defense has generally been pretty stingy. Same thing with the Toros. The most they've allowed this season is also 3. We've got another Toro down way at the far end of the pitch. Just to the right of your screen.
It's like Akwe.
I didn't see him get hit. I wonder if it might be cramps or something.
Look, he's back to his feet, though. That's a good sign.
9616. Winning ticket number A-2819616.
Looks like there might have been a foul as there is a free kick being awarded here, and Derek plays this up. By the way, New Mexico United with 1 sub remaining. Rio Grande Valley still has 3. And New Mexico United able to win the ball back here. This is going to be Romario Williams. Williams out of Jamaica. Just came onto the pitch a few minutes ago. He has 1 goal this season, but he does play at the forward spot. I'd be in there to try to bolster the offense a little bit here as they're down 2 goals here with time running out. Things don't get any easier for New Mexico United. Their next game a week from tonight will be at San Antonio.
The front runners in the West.
Yeah. Top team in the West this year. As Isidro Martinez with a nice pass here intended for Lopez. Knocked off the ball and it's picked up by Tambakis. But Martinez out there with fresh legs can be ever dangerous with his passing. For a while earlier this season, he was among the league leaders in assists. Pass intended for Bruce. First touch too heavy, and it's stolen back by the Toros. This is Ikaza with it. Ikaza with 2 markers. And now we've got a whistle. The ball go out. I think it may have. It did. And United playing the ball far up the pitch. Akwe there in position ahead of Sandoval. Ward plays it for Cabezas. Now wearing the captain's armband after Toros was subbed out. And here's Martinez. Pass it off to Pinzon. Kind of give and go. Back to Martinez. Inside, a quick shot. Trying to catch Tambakis unawares, but goes just wide.
like that the Toros are continuing to put the hammer down offensively. They are off to the races, not afraid to take advantage of the space New Mexico United is giving them. You like that. They're not playing prevent. They're not trying to rest on their defense. They can get another goal here if United continues to cough it up in those bad spots.
And a little spot of bother here for United. They're able to work their way out of it. Get it to Rivas. Rivas to find an open man on the left side. That is Ovaka. They'll go all the way to the right side of the pitch. Into the area. Derek coming out. Gets one hand on it, then able to pick it off. Mario Williams, the intended man, rushing on to the goal. I think it was Ricketts providing the defensive coverage. And Derek, taking no chances out there, was able to get up and knock it down. Had to extend his 6'3" frame to get a paw on that one. Pinzon trying to gain control. Dispossessed by United's defense. Zue plays it back. Less than 10 minutes to go before stoppage time. Toros, if they can hold on for all 3 points, can move to within 1 point of a playoff spot, that 7th position. Began the night in 10th place. Here's Bruce toward the area. Nadarse clears that one out. And it's going to be a throw in here for New Mexico United.
And Nadarse kind of limped after taking that kick. It looked like he wasn't real comfortable with how he landed on that left foot.
Yeah, you could see him grimace the moment he cleared that last ball. We were talking about New Mexico United, things not getting easier as they go to San Antonio next week. Yeah, 4 of their next 5, or starting with this one, 4 out of 5 will be on the road for them. Kind of the opposite for the Toros, who have 5 of their last 7 at home starting with tonight. Next week, on Saturday, they'll kick it off against Colorado Springs Switchbacks, one of the top teams in the West. They'll see a familiar face. Elvis Amo played for the Toros last year, was their leading goal scorer, now with Colorado Springs. Darcy's going to come off the pitch. Don't see a sub yet for him. Yeah, Toros will play with 10 for the moment. Here's Bruce. Sending it into the area. This is for Williams, where it's kicked away from him by Cabezas. Williams, a stocky player, 5'11", 172 pounds, kind of built like a fullback.
Looks like Pinzon's going to come out. Juan Torres will come in. Additionally, Daniel Luis Saez going to come in. He'll replace Frank Nodarse.
Yeah, I was wondering, why don't, at this late junction, why don't you just simply replace Nodarse? And they do. Daniel Luis Saez out of Havana, Cuba. Replaces his Cuban teammate, Nodarse.
As I mentioned previously, Christian Pinzon comes out. He'll be replaced by the 23-year-old Juan Torres out of Atlanta.
Yeah, Torres, a pretty good passer himself with 4 assists this season and leads the team with 88% of his passes are complete to teammates. We saw Pinzon taking the long way out. Portillo with the corner kick here. Headed up by Cabezas. Toros not out of danger. And now it goes out to Icaza with an open field to look at. Only one defender back there. That's Bruce. Pass it over to Lopez. Lopez will send it back to his teammate. That's Isidro Martinez. Shot save made by Tombacas. But the offside flag was up.
And just one too many passes if you're the Toros there. That was laid off pretty nicely by Icaza over to Frank Lopez. And I think you would prefer for Lopez just to go ahead and drive and take a shot there. Instead, he pulls back. And when he tries to come back across to Isidro Martinez in that spot, he ended up drawing the offside because Martinez had moved a little too far forward.
First offside tonight against the Toros. Had a golden opportunity there with a 2-on-1 break. scored earlier in the half on a 2-on-1 when Gilbert was able to finish it off. And New Mexico United now taking their time here in the 86th minute, still 2 goals down. They were the first team to score. That was back in the 8th minute, but the Toros have scored 3 unanswered since. Toros hoping to leapfrog some teams in the West, to include Monterey Bay, LA Galaxy 2, and also catch up with Las Vegas. Of course, all those teams are in action later tonight, so the standings won't be changed necessarily with the end result tonight. Chip into the box intended for Sandoval, couldn't get up for that one. It'll be a goal kick here for the Toros. See Isidro Martinez and Portillo right there.
It was another really nice build-up for New Mexico United. They've had some nice opportunities here in the second half, but once again, what they've struggled to be able to do is turn those nice opportunities into good looks. Tyler Dreck's had a couple challenges, but for the most part, he's been able just to kind of stand back there and watch his defense break those attacks up.
On kick there by Derek, but New Mexico gets to it first. Rivas racing onto it, and Ward clears it into safety. Gives time for the Toros to get back on defense here in the 87th minute. New Mexico United forced to continue to push numbers forward, trying to get a goal that'll put them in position to at least get a tie and a result here tonight. They can pull off 1 point. They would go into a tie with Sacramento Republic. Sacramento Republic playing later tonight against Loudoun United. Here's Igaza winning the ball for the Toros. Finds the foot of Ruiz. Quick passing. Goes to Akwe now. Toros trying to build it up forward. Maybe try to catch the defense a little bit tired here. Here's Ricketts now with an opportunity. He sends it in, intended for Lopez. It's poked away from him. Good defending there by New Mexico United. Another pass here is cleared out by Rivas. And now Martinez trying to gain control for the Toros. Cabezas. Back to Akwe. Entering the 89th minute now here at HEB Park. Toros looking for their first home win since June 18th. They defeated Pittsburgh 1-0. Now Portillo plays it over. It's his teammate Seymour, second half substitute. Now they find Sandoval. And Portillo has it at his foot. Cabezas closing in. Portillo once more. Tried to chip it for Rivas. Igaza able to win the ball from him, but there's a free kick being awarded to New Mexico, so here's a chance for them. Portillo out of New Orleans, 29 years old, to be taking the free kick here, only 5'6", 150 pounds. New Mexico United with 9 players forward right now. Here's the ball into the box, a chance in front by Williams. Couldn't quite get the touch on it, and it goes wide. But well timed there to Romario Williams. You see Williams right there, second half substitute. Very nearly got a foot on that. That might have spelled trouble for the Toros. Instead, it'll be a goal kick. We've got another Toro player shaken up a little bit. That's Ricketts. There's another look at it, Brian.
I mean, that's placed beautifully, and if Williams had perhaps not left his feet quite so quickly and stayed down, he might have been in a better spot to make a move. He's a little high, can't get a foot to him. You get 4 minutes of stoppage time added in this one. So still quite a bit of time left for New Mexico United if they can get this offense started.
They started off strong, getting that goal in the first 10 minutes. And had another couple of dangerous moments since then, but unable to put another one past Tyler Derrick. Long shot here intended for Bruce. Bruce able to bring that one down, has Ward closing in. Forced to play it back to his teammate Seymour. As Seymour forced back to midfield. Had Lopez closing in on him. So New Mexico just trying to get unchecked here with all this Toros pressure. Long pass, Akwe able to head it away from Williams. Goes to the foot of the defender, Ovuka. Moved by Williams there, has it kicked away from him by Ikaza. Toros playing a spirited defending here, sensing that they're just moments away. Past the Rivas, and here comes Derrick, able to smother that one at the foot of Rivas. And Derrick may have caught a foot or something in the face. Says something to Rivas now. Rivas claiming he didn't touch him, but
there's a lot going on there. Take another look at it. Nice little through ball. Tyler Derrick's got to come out to challenge this. And indeed, he's right. Rivas drags the top of his shoe right across Derrick's face as he comes by. I don't think that was intentional. He's trying to slow down and get out of the way. See, again, Tyler Derrick comes out. Here's Rivas. Just kind of drags the top of that shoe right across his eyebrow as he goes by.
And it's really easy to get cut in a situation like that. You know, the top of the shoe has some rough edges to it, and it can easily cause a cut on the forehead. And Derrick being checked out right now. This will add to our stoppage time a little bit. Biggest moment that Rivas has had. A nice through ball by Weehan on that play. Derrick okay after being checked out. He'll stay in. And free kick awarded here to New Mexico United. Got to quickly get it restarted. Seymour puts it in play. We're in the 3rd minute of stoppage here at HEB Park. Toros looking for their first win since June 18th here at HEB Park. And they beat Pittsburgh 1-0. Also looking to continue their hot streak as they were 2-1-2 in their last 5 outings. Actually only 1 loss in their last 6 matches coming into tonight. Two wins and 3 draws, only 1 loss. We're in the 4th minute of stoppage now, but a little bit more time might be added on after the Derrick injury. Headed by Seymour, cleared by Ikaza. Toros hoping to stay unbeaten at HEB Park against this New Mexico United team. This is the 4th ever meeting. They would improve to 3 wins and 1 draw. It will also be their first win against New Mexico United in 3 meetings this season. United having a win and a draw back at Isotopes Park in July. Portillo, pass to Sandoval. Quick pass over to the right side. Bruce will send it through the box all the way to the left side. Ovuka is able to pass it in, but Cabezas heads it back out. Go out of play. We're in the final minute of stoppage now. 3-1 our score. Akwe heads that one out. It's chipped away by Martinez. And there's the whistle, and that's going to do it. And the Toros have won it. A 3-1 victory for the Rio Grande Valley Toros over New Mexico United here tonight. You see the coaches Cabrera and Zach Prince shaking hands there on the pitch. And the Toros have a hard-fought win with a 3-1 victory. And Brian, who's our man of the match?
Give it to Christian Pinzon. He has been on fire for the Toros, and again, gets the game winner tonight. Second goal for the Toros came midway through the first half, and they allow that to stand up. Pinzon has been the exact shot in the arm this Toros offense needed to really make some moves in the Western Conference standings, and that's another 3 big points off of his foot.
All right, they moved to within 1 point of a playoff spot. We're going to have a look at some highlights and some stats for you when we come back on our post-game show. Our final score, 3-1 Toros. We'll show you some highlights in a moment. This is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back to HEB Park. The Toros coming away with a win tonight. And Brian, take us through the highlights.
And again, the pressure from the Toros was the key in this one. The early strike from New Mexico State gave them the lead. Look at this pass from Wehan. Moreno does a nice job of coming back the other way. That's the opening goal. Another look at it right here. That was placed beautifully. Moreno able to finish right in front of Tyler Derrick. But that was really the end of the strong attacks because the Toros were off and running. Nice touch there from Akwi finding Yakaza. Yakaza, nice shift touch right into that bottom corner. That was the first goal, the equalizer. Just a few moments later, RGV back on this track again. Pinzon moves left, kicks right, and look at the precision here. Almost the same spot as the Yakaza goal. He puts that bottom right for a big goal. 2-1 Toros at that point. That'll do the scoring in the first half. In the second half, though, here come the Toros once again. Pinzon takes a strike. Wehan tries to build something there right before half. Tyler Derrick comes up big to get the stop. Toros do get another goal in the second half. Here's a look at a through ball, trying to build something for New Mexico United. That's just wide. Ricketts with the nice cross, trying to put something out. Tim Backus comes out to challenge. Great defense in this one. Here's that goal, though. Ruiz to Fjellborg. That was a 2-1 breakaway on a turnover. And Fjellborg, nice job of playing that to the corner. Goal number 3, and the Toros will make that stand as they pick up the 3-1 victory.
And the Toros at their second straight win. They've won 3 of their last 4, beginning to make a move now. They now have 36 points on the season. New Mexico United still stuck on 42, and they are now 1-6-1 over their last 8, losing their 3rd in a row tonight. So under the full moon, what do the stats show us?
Well, you know the final score 3-1, but look at that shot. Again, more shots for New Mexico United. They took 10, but only able to put 2 of those on target. On the other side for the Toros, 9 shots. 4 of them on target, and that allowed for a number of really good looks for Rio Grande Valley in the victory. Time possession, again, favors Rio Grande Valley 53-47. Offsides, 3-1. New Mexico State called a couple more times, and the one lone yellow came in the first half. No reds on either side. The Toros continuing to play some of the best soccer they've had all season.
Yeah, Toros still red hot of the momentum built on their 5-game road swing. Next game for United doesn't get any easier. Next Saturday, they'll be at San Antonio, the front runners in Group West. Meanwhile, the Toros will be back at home here at HEB Park on Saturday, taking on Colorado Springs Switchbacks, one of the higher scoring teams in the league. So for Brian Smith, I'm Mark May, the rest of our USL Championship broadcast crew. The Rio Grande Valley Toros victorious tonight over New Mexico United, 3-1. Good night from HEB Park.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.